Hey everyone, how are you? It's Michael. I am here today with a little card tutorial using a digital image. I made this card the other day. I was on Etsy and something popped up in my feed and it was this cute little digital image. It's called Cup and Saucer with Flowers. It's from Patties Creations on Etsy. And I was just like, oh my God, that's a really cute image that I can use. I could pop dot the flowers. It's coffee themed. I can share it in my coffee loving paper crafters group. I'm like, perfect image. So I made this card. And then I got a little crease here. And I got a little crease in the tulip flower there. And it's annoying me. So I'm gonna redo this card on camera with you guys. I've already done a lot of the prep work, so this is not gonna be a long video. I do have a cake in the oven that needs to come out in about 38 minutes. So let's see if I can keep this video under 38 minutes long. So I'm gonna redo this card in a little bit of different colors. I'm gonna have a different sentiment on it. But it's super easy. I love using digital stamps, and I'll explain why. So, got everything over here. The first thing I did, I printed, I bought the image and I downloaded it and I saved it to my computer. And then I went and I printed it. It prints in black and white only. And I printed it at 25%. So on most printers, most images I think will come up at 100%, but you can change the percentage or the size of the image that you want to print. So I printed 2 of these images at 25% onto white cardstock. And I printed it at 25% because it fit perfectly in this stitched rectangle die that I have from Pink and Maine. That's what I wanted. When I'm sizing something, I will print it first on printer paper to make sure that it works the way I want. I think it first printed at 27% and it was a little bit too large. So then I lowered the percentage to 25 and that was perfect. So practice on printer paper before you go and use any good supplies. Okay, so one of the images I die cut using this, what size is this? I think this is 3 1/4 by 5 inch stitched rectangle die. This is from a Pink and Maine stitched set. I'll leave a link below. I'll also have a link for the flowers, for the digital image. So I printed that. And then the second image, I went and I just die cut the 3 large flowers and the tulip. And then I went in and I colored everything. I used a mix of Bic markers and Tombow brush markers. So the yellow on the cup and the green leaves are Tombow markers. The yellow is 0.55. The green is 1.95. And I love it because it has this brush tip here on one side, and on the other side is a little bullet tip. So these are really great markers if you want to use them. And then for the turquoise and the flowers and the hearts, I used Bic Intensity markers. Okay, so there's a mix between the two. And I made sure to color the flowers on the image the same colors that I printed and fussy cut here. So then, what I want to do is, I decided that for my card base, let's move that over there. So I have an A2 card base, a top folding A2 card base. If you don't like top folding, as some of you don't, you could do a side folding, not a problem, but it is A2. And then I went through my stash of 6x6 paper pads and I found this one from My Mind's Eye that is several years old, but I liked the turquoise colors here, and I had one of the sheets. This is a My Mind's iPad. It's called Unforgettable, Collectable Unforgettable. I'll leave a link to this below if I can find it online. So I die cut one of these using the A2 size stitched rectangle die, which is in the same set as the other die. So this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. If you don't have this die, just cut a piece of paper 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And what I'm going to do is just, if I can find my glue, I'm just going to glue this to the front of the card. It's a really simple card to make. When I showed the first card to a friend of mine, she was like, oh, use undo and take it off and redo it. And I said, you know what? It really wasn't that hard to make this card. So I'm just going to redo it on camera. And I wasn't happy with the yellow cup in the first one. I actually wanted to have a yellow and turquoise cup, and I screwed that up. So I thought I'll just remake it the way I intended it to be in the first place. So I got my card base done here. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to adhere this to, I found a piece of orange cardstock that kind of matched the orange flower. This comes from the Textured Fall Matstack by Die Cuts with a View. This is really old. I moved here with this 13 years ago, 15 years ago. And I got this at Joann's, who is gone. So this is the fall mat. I do believe that Die Cuts with a View still sells this. So I'm going to, where's my scissor? I'm going to just, I have on the back here some double-sided tape just to prep for the video. So I'm just going to remove the tape. And I'm going to adhere this to the orange cardstock. Let me just, I don't want to get in the way here with the camera. So I'm going to center this as best possible. And what I like to do is I like a little bit of a lift. So I cut a piece of brown fun foam, just the regular size, regular thickness brown fun foam. And I'm going to adhere this to the back. When you could use foam tape, you could use foam squares. Fun foam for me here in Brazil is so much cheaper. I buy huge sheets of this and I just cut them down. They come in more colors than you can imagine. They come in with glitter. They come in different thicknesses. So this is just, if you can get your hands on some fun foam, it might be cheaper than using some of the foam tape that's out there on the market. Let me get rid of that. So I have a piece of fun foam on the back to give it just a little bit of a raise up off the card front. Then I am going to glue this down here to the card front. You could use double-sided tape also, but be careful when you remove the tape backing on the fun foam, because sometimes you'll rip the fun foam up off of it. So I like to use just regular white glue when I can. Okay, 9 minutes. We're doing good here. Okay, make sure my card is going in the right direction. I tend to screw that up sometimes. I'm just going to glue this down here in the center of the card. And I think I will, I have a, yes I do. Okay. I'm just going to put a heavy acrylic block on the front here. While that's doing while that's adhering to the card front. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take some small foam squares and I'm going to put them on the back of my fussy cut flowers here. Now, really, if you really want to go crazy, you could fussy cut the smaller flowers, you could fussy cut the leaves. I decided to just let the larger flowers be the focal point, but it would look cool with everything being pop dotted and raised off the card fronts. I like that look. This Patties Creations, I actually got 3 digi images from her. Another one is a vase with some tulips in it. And I also got a Christmas one. So I'll just show you quickly what I'm working on for future videos soon. So this was the vase with the tulips. And I'm gonna use some stencils here to stendoodle the vase to really make it pop. And the Christmas one, I'm still working on it. It's 3 little cactus. So I got to add some fun stuff for the hats. And I'm going to fussy cut the pots that they're in and have the race up. And I'm on the fence whether to use googly eyes or not. So let me know in the comments below. Should I use googly eyes on these when I do this video? Let me know. I know, Deborah, you're going to say no. Okay, so I got my little foam tabs here on the back. I'm going to remove them and just add these right on top. Okay, that's one. Yep. Let's grab this here. Here in Brazil, it is fall. We're going into winter. Today is a cold, overcast, dreary fall day. It kind of feels like October in New York. I know in the States you guys are in spring, so I thought, why not do a nice spring bouquet of flowers in a fun colored coffee cup, because I can't survive without coffee. Okay, I'm just gonna make sure I got the right size here, so I'm gonna just adhere this right on top. So we got our 3 flowers and the tulip raised up off of that. Now, before I do the last part of it, I'm going to add my sentiment. This was on this cup, but on this one, I'm using a sentiment that says, I hope you have a beautiful day. And this comes from a digital coffee sentiment set from KCS Designs by Kim, also on Etsy. I am on her design team, so that's why I'm kind of using this. You get a set of all of these sentiments. When you buy the set, you do get each of the sentiments and a blank one as individual files if you want to just print out one, or if you want to pull it into a digital graphics program. She also has all the sentiments on one full sheet of paper for either A4 or 8.5 by 11. So I like to print them out like this, and then I can just cut them and have them sitting on the side for me to just grab a sentiment. You could also print this on sticker paper and then cut the sentiments off, and then you will have easy peasy stickers to just add to a piece of cardstock. Okay, so there'll be a link for this below also. So what I did is I have here, I hope you have a beautiful day. I just want to grab my scissors. I'm just going to take a gray marker. You could use gray, black, a dark color. I'm just going to go around the edge so that you don't see the white cardstock that the sentiment was printed on. It just looks better when you add it to the cardstock. Now here, I already die cut I have these stitched banner dies. I think these are from Pink Fresh, but I think that they've been discontinued. If I can find something like this, I will leave a link to it below. But I love these two sizes because this, it actually comes as a set of four dies. I love it because this fits on most of the sentiments, and then you have a back layer on this one. So I'll check around online to see if I can find any of these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to layer this on the yellow cardstock. I tried to find a cardstock color that matched with the cup. So I'm just going to add this. To make sure I have it on the right side. I'm going to add this right here. We have a new puppy, a little 3.5-month-old white pit bull, and she just came down the stairs. If she gets close enough to me, maybe I can get her on camera. And then I'm going to add this on top of the orange. It's the same cardstock that I used to layer the flowers on. So I had a little strip left and I just die cut the strip. Just gonna do it like that. Okay. I'm gonna have this come here like that. So I'm just gonna grab my paper cutter here. We're gonna trim this down just a bit. Okay. I want to add the sentiment because I'm going to add glitter to the hearts and I'm going to add some seed beads to the center of the flowers. And I'd rather my sentiment be on there now than have to do it later. And also this way you guys can see how the card's going to look as it dries, before it dries. So I'm just going to add this. I don't want to cover up her name since she is the... So I'm just going to add this here. Going to get rid of that. Okay, so here's where we are now. So I have my card base, the 4 flowers pop dotted. I have my sentiments on there. Now what I want to do is I want to add some, like I did here, some yellow seed beads to the center of these 3 flowers, and I want to add some red glitter to the center of the hearts. So I have a little tray here that I believe is Stampin' Up, maybe not. This is, I don't know how many years old. If you don't have a tray like this, this is used for, has a little hole here so you can, whatever excess is in here, you can put back into your bottle. If you don't have something like this, maybe you have a box or something laying around. This is just a lid to an MDF box. Maybe you can use a shoebox or even like a baking tray or something. Just something to catch the beads or the glitter before it gets everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some white glue. I think this is barely, it's in the wrong container. You want to make sure, you could also use glossy accents. You could use diamond glaze. Okay, diamond glaze and glossy accents are a clear glue. I'm using this white glue because I know that it dries clear. So if you want to use a glue, make sure that if it is a white glue, that when it dries, it's going to dry clear. I'm going to put a bunch of glue on the center of each of these flowers. Okay, and I have a little test tube here. I'm just going to pour the seeds right on top, the seed beads, I'm sorry. Okay. And, whoop, come on. I'm just going to have this release the excess. And then you can take a look and you can use tweezers or one of your tools. Just kind of push the beads so that they are in the center of the flower. You could also remove the beads if they're hanging over it. You could also use glitter. You could also use, and now I'm going to date myself. Oh my gosh, back in the day, oh, what was it called? It's that really fine, colorful flour soft. Back in the day, if you've been doing this for a while, you might have jars of Flour Soft laying around your craft room. I'm going to remove a couple of these because I have too many beads here. So I'm just going to get them off and try to get this into the center here. Come on. Okay. So we got the seed beads where we want them. Okay. Just going to put this excess. You just pop out the little black thing and then you just put them right back into their container. Okay, make sure to put this back here. Now for the red glitter, I'm going to go back and add white glue to the hearts. This is totally optional. I was also thinking to fussy cut the hearts and add them also with some foam squares, but I like this idea better. Okay. Okay, let's just put the pin back here. Now I'm going to go in, I have some red glitter in another, and I'm just going to pour it on top. It will stick where it needs to stick. Remove the excess. Okay. Now what I want to do is, I could just leave it like this. Do I have a small brush here? Okay. I have a small brush here, so I'm just going to go in and remove as much of the excess glitter. But once the glitter dries, okay, I'm going to leave it the way it is. I will get rid of this later. Once the glitter dries and once the seed beads dry, you can just brush off the excess and it'll be gone. So that's it. I'm thinking about maybe putting a crystal in the center of each of these flowers. I don't know yet. I don't think I've run out of green stickles. I was going to add a little bit of green stickles, glitter glue type thing to the center of the leaves, but for now, I'm just going to leave this the way it is. I would love to know what you think of this. Hey, I still have 16 minutes before my cake is done. So I very much appreciate you stopping by my channel today. So here is the original with the yellow. Here is the remade one. I kind of like the turquoise. I don't know why. I just like the way it pops off of the card front. I'm going to do my best to get a photo of this when everything dries without getting a crease in the white cardstock. There will be another video coming up with me stendoodling the vase. Stendoodle is a marriage of stencils and doodling with stencils that I came up with many years ago. And I'm also going to finish this card and redo it on camera with you guys. So let me know again if you think I should use googly eyes or not, or maybe googly eyes on these two and not this one. I don't know. I think they deserve googly eyes. I really do. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. I really appreciate it. If you could give me a thumbs up, that would be great. Click on that bell. If you want to subscribe to my channel, click on the bell so that you're notified every time I have a new video coming out. I will be doing a Pride collab with my friend Misty. She's the Jolly Fat Elf on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and a few other people. So that'll be coming up in a couple of weeks. And I'll have these cards, and I have a Christmas wreath card with another new digi company that I recently found called Fred She Said. So I hope you guys subscribe. I hope you come back. Please leave a comment. I'd love to know what you think of the cards. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care.